We start today above the medicine line with a new report raising lots of questions about an iconic folk singer.
A report by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation has raised allegations about identity fraud regarding singer Buffy Sainte-Marie. The story, Who is the Real Buffy Sainte-Marie, challenges her biography in a number of ways, including her claim that she was adopted as a child and knew little about her family's origins. CBC documented her birth certificate as Beverly Sainte-Marie on February 20th, 1941, born to Albert and Winifred Santa Maria. She is the latest public figure whose Indigenous ancestry and biography has been challenged both in the United States and Canada. In May, an anthropology professor at the University of California, Berkeley, apologized for falsely identifying as Indigenous. Elizabeth Hoover had maintained for decades that she was Mohawk, but now says she is a white person who lived in identity based on family lore. Buffy Sainte-Marie, who is 82 years old, released a statement calling the allegations hurtful and beyond traumatic. She said, quote, "I may have been born on the wrong side of the blanket, but that," she said, "was her mother's story to tell, not hers. I have always struggled to answer questions about who I am," she said. "I may not know where I was born, but I know who I am." She said she was adopted into the Piapot family in accordance with Cree law and customs. "That family claims me as their own," she said, and is lucky to have them in her life. Acting Chief Ira Lavallee of the Piapot First Nation told the CBC, "When it comes to Buffy, we can't pick and choose which part of our culture we decide to adhere to. We do have one of our families in our community that did adopt her. Regardless of her ancestry, that adoption in our culture to us is legitimate." Reporting from Phoenix, Arizona, Aaliyah Chavez, ICT News.
We should note that the music on the ICT newscast is co-authored by Buffy Sainte-Marie and Tanya Tagak. In Washington, D.C., the newly elected House Speaker Mike Johnson is leading efforts to rescind funding under the Inflation Reduction Act. After Johnson took the gavel, the House started on its long list of action items. One of the 12 appropriations bills, the Energy Water Spending Bill, was passed. It included a $5 billion budget cut from the Inflation Reduction Act, which provided historic funding for green energy projects. The Senate continues to work on its own funding process, likely moving forward with a bill that combines several agencies into one spending bill. The House and Senate must reconcile the legislation that is enacted, and the White House will have to weigh in as well. The House spending bill would cut funding from several green energy initiatives. This includes helping municipalities and states to create climate-resilient building codes and rebates for consumers who buy electric appliances. Speaker Johnson has stated in the past he doesn't believe that climate change is caused by human activities. Moving to Dallas, Texas, where the city is honoring Native people through its own Indigenous Peoples Day. Dallas city officials have officially moved to acknowledge the second Monday in October as such. A proclamation was handed to Eli Hickman, a citizen of the Navajo and Mississippi Band of Choctaw Indians, after a public round dance. The move comes years after hard work from organizers, including activist Jody Voice Yellowfish. "We've been living in a state of violence since colonization, and it's never stopped," she told the Dallas Morning News. Both Hickman and Yellowfish have a long history of outreach, including with stickball and MMIW outreach.